There's more and more people.
There's more and more people. So when there are viewers, I will post a little link there to see if we can.
Hello from Athens.
Hello. Hey, Athens.
How are you?
We had some other people from Athens today as well.
Yep.
From
So
the
we are
same
a group of 5 people at this moment.
Yeah, now it's 5 people. Okay.
Hi, can you hear me from Rome?
Yes. Hi, Rome.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good.
Ciao.
Let's wait for some viewers. Let's wait 3 minutes. Can you guys see me when does the video switch to me? Tom, can you see me?
Yeah,
I had to switch manually, but you're on my screen now, yes.
Oh, okay.
We got the same water cooker.
Ah! From the blocker.
Yes, guilty.
Let me see. So, I see there's one viewer. So there's one viewer. If you want to join it with video as well, yeah, I just put a link in the group chat. So if you want to join, use that link. I see 2 viewers. So 1 viewer was added to the call. Okay, so I think we already did this 3 times today. So one at 7 o'clock, one at 10, one at 2, and now the last one at 9 Amsterdam time. What the agenda is that I'm going to start up with a small presentation about the best practices. Welcome Andrew, welcome David.
Hello.
Best practices with regards to the best practice with regards to community management, and then we'll do a round. And then I would love to hear from everybody what the challenges are. I personally have to leave at 1940, but Tom will take over, so that will be doing just fine. So that's nice. Let me start with sharing my screen, this presentation. So again, if you're watching this as a viewer, I see 4 viewers right now. I see there's 10 spots available to also join when you want to ask questions through video. You can still use the click the link in the chat. And otherwise, you can go to the Q&A section to see to set questions there. I see Reem. Hi, Reem is still is already there, so that's cool. Doing some questions. So let me kick off this. Yeah. So first of all, welcome everybody. I already see like a lot of people from around the world. Very cool to meet you guys. Today I already said we had three of these sessions, and we've met, I think, people from all continents, and I think I'm totally amazed by the fact that we're actually building a global community. Let me get to this presentation. So let me run you through some things we've learned. So everybody knows the story of the Things Network, how we started in Amsterdam. In 6 weeks, we laid down a network. We created first community there, spread the story around the world, got feedback from our global community that they wanted to have some cheaper hardware to build the network. Then we created the Kickstarter for a 200 euro gateway, and then we finished the Kickstarter with 200%. So if, like, within a retrospect, dissect what was community management about, I will address these topics: mission, team, prototypes, campaigning, communication, events, and use cases. Well, let's start out with the mission. So when we launched in Amsterdam, we defined a really clear mission, because we were not only launching the Things Network Amsterdam, but we also were making an example for doing the Things Network globally. So we said our mission is to build a decentralized, open, and crowdsourced IoT network. And next to that, we created a manifest in which we wrote down a little text of where we stand for and where we're aiming at. And it was building a network operator that was crowdsourced with no single point of control or single point of failure, and also not a single point of ownership. Because we wanted to build a different telco than the regular telcos. We want to make a decentralized telco. And that really helped us in aligning and making sure we're all facing the same way, and that we had this super focus and a clearly defined goal, and it was building a network in Amsterdam in 6 weeks. And when we pitched that, Johan and me, Johan, the tech lead of the Things Network, we created a team in a few days. If you look at the photos, what was fun about it was a really diverse team. So it was some student, a startup co-founder, a physicist, professor, even a policeman. So that was really interesting, and we had a really diverse set of competences and capabilities there. And so first of all, communication. So I think communication in what we do in making this global network is one of the most important things. So we need to spread the word of what the technology can do, but we also need to spread the word in a way that, like, a broader audience than only tech people can understand this and understand the implications. So that's something we, I think, as a team really understood well. Then, of course, the technology part, we had to build this a just as critical aspect in your team. Campaigning, we had some people in the team, including myself, that had a business network in Amsterdam. We're able to reach out to people that were likely to build a network, and were willing to pledge in this crowdsourcing as well. Implementation, we had with somebody who's like a point of contact for finding a point of contact for that the community could go to when they had problems with problems with finding this with installing the hardware, and some business sense as well. I mean, you have to know a bit about the stakes and about why people like are willing to contribute, and what of motives they are, and also have this network of businesses as well that you could leverage. So that's about team. And one of the other key things we use in our first project is building prototypes, and it does two things. It builds something useful that explains people with an example what you're doing. So we made a really like a typical Amsterdam example was a water sensor for your boat when it lays in the canal. When it catches water, when it gains water, the device will detect water and will send you an SMS and notify it, and make sure you will be at your boat clearing the water before it sinks. And first of all, this really forced us to understand the technology from the back to forth. And of course, with the work we've done, your community globally doesn't have to do that, but it forces you into understanding how to use the network, and I can advise everybody to create a project that has this goal to build a use case. One of the things I also see happening around the world is that it also helps you out in how to figure out local legislation around radio frequency use, and it's a lot of fun to build this prototype. When you look at campaigning, we defined 4 target audiences: the maker community, innovation hubs, startup hubs, or corporates that have innovation hubs are very interested to contribute to the network. Businesses as well, so businesses that see the potential of building use cases on top of the network are also very willing to build and help build the network because they're really close to the fire and are able to use this cutting edge technology, which is beneficial for them, and also governments. So we now are involving the city of Amsterdam to make sure that that we use their use case, that they provide us with use cases, and that's a really important stakeholder as well. And I think if you look at the community, you have a really strong community from like makers, citizens, businesses, and government, and I think that these are the main stakeholders in building the Things network. If you look at communication, it's really important what we see the world rights to draft the local story, so to make it clear to all the stakeholders what's the benefit for the local community. Communication, what helped for us is that we found a media partner in the Next Web, and Next Web is a blog. It's an international blog, but it's located in the Netherlands, and because we involved them as a media partner from the really early beginnings, they were not only reporting the news, but also making the news, which was very, very interesting for them as well. I found that Twitter in the IoT, especially in the IoT world, Twitter is a very active channel, which is very interesting. And if you look at ways to reach out to your audience of building the community, but also finding people that want to pledge for the network, also hook up to local communities as well, because they already have the channels. Your local makerspace, your local startup hub already has newsletters, and already has ways to reach out to them. Events were a really important part. The photo you see is the launch event of the network in Amsterdam. There were 200 people there. It was a really good day. We organized a hackathon. We're doing a lot of presentations at different meetups, the IoT meetups, but also developer meetups and conferences. And we have a hackerspace every Friday where people from the community come together and they talk about ideas with regards to LoRaWAN and the Things network. Use cases. So this is really the next step in Amsterdam. We're working hard on this, and I believe that's what we did. What works that we first built a network and then worked with the use cases. But I will also see communities worldwide that are starting with the use case and then building a network from that. But in the end, use cases are the reason why you use the network. And if there's a business case behind the use case, it's also adding value for this use case. It's the sustainability of the network has a way more higher, it's way more probable that the network will stay sustainable than if we don't focus on this. So we will launch the Things Network Lab soon, where we want to share building use cases across the world, that's one of the things we see happening as well. One really cool example is the community from Martha's Vineyard, which is an island in the front of the northeast coast of the US, and they are building a sensor together. So that's one of the things, and yeah, last but not least, have fun. So that's very very important as well. I mean, for us, it's awesome to see what people come up with ideas to do with a network, and that's very very cool to see. So that was a bit of my story I want to share with you. Yeah, what I love to do is just go one by one, like by you guys, and I would love to hear your questions and ideas about like what's going on, what are your biggest challenges, and how can we help, and what are the things you've learned. So maybe we can start with let me see, with Alexandros. Can you unmute it?
Hi, Winke. So you can call me
Hey,
Alex. It's easier.
Alex.
So at this
Okay,
moment,
can you maybe just take like just in a short pitch? Who are you, and what are your what are you doing, and what are your biggest challenges?
okay, great. So personally, I'm a software engineer. I work
Okay.
in a not-for-profit. Its expertise is on building communities and creating software applications in order to solve specific problems. As an individual, I have talked with 5 people that you can see also here.
Hello.
So we have also diverse skills. Some of us, I would say, the half of the team is software engineers with some expertise in some experience in Arduino, and the rest of us, Stella and Chrysostomos, their expertise is on sales, communications, business planning, financial things, and yeah, that's everything. So for now, we're a group of individuals with passion just to create awareness and make this happen in Athens. We haven't bought a device yet. We had problems with capital controls during your campaign.
Okay.
I believe we will buy a low rank 8. This is our plan. We have started talking with not-for-profits, with startups. We have also identified some media professionals that they are willing to help in order to raise awareness on news. So at this moment, we believe it's critical to use the Things Network name, the brand name, and tell everybody that we are part of your global umbrella, a global community. So
Yeah, awesome.
we've sent an application a few weeks ago on your campaign page. I know that you are very busy these weeks. Maybe we can also discuss with Tom. So
Yeah.
our main goals at this moment is speak with you or your global community, and we also plan to create a sort of presentation in January. There is a meetup here in Athens. It consists on 5 or 50 people. There is also a startup there, which is the main organizer of the event. We
Cool.
plan to talk to them the upcoming week. So we are just
Yeah.
starting.
So these guys were in the call at 2:00.
Great.
These
So
other
it was
guys.
Manolis
So
or Idis from Ex Machina, right?
I don't know the name again, but I think they were organizing the meetup, and I
Okay,
offered to join in for 5 minutes, so that's going to be cool.
Okay, perfect. So we plan to also talk with Manolis the upcoming days. Their expertise is on hardware, so we have skills, that could easily be combined.
Awesome. So yeah, I think Tom will. He was a bit busy last days, but he will get back to you shortly on building this campaign page. Yeah. Awesome. So yeah, good luck with that then, and good to hear from you.
Okay. So I don't think we have other questions, guys. I believe.
If you get back to us concerning our application, and if there is not another team also doing the things that we're in Athens, then we have a basis, a ground to start.
Cool. No, that sounds really good.
Okay, our first questions would be, apart from the forum, would you offer some specific advice for our social communities? I mean, we plan to create, there is a great post in the forum, I don't remember the name of the author, but he mentions a lot of stuff that we can do. I believe the forum is enough, right? You don't provide us, okay, perfect.
That's amazing. Okay, great. So let's go to the next one. Andrew, hi. Who are you?
Hi
Where
there.
are you from?
Hi there. Andrew Lindsay from the Thatcham Things Network Community Initiator.
The Thatchet.
Thatcham in, yes, a little town wants to be a smart city.
Nice. I saw you on Twitter a lot. That's good. I love
Thanks.
that.
Yeah, we've already got a gateway, the Multitech conduit gateway. I've had that for some months now, and it was going to be purchased as part of a different project.
Yeah.
And then the Things Network came along and has now been repurposed. Got a team together, a couple of keen guys, both currently working for a major telco, but doing this as a side project on their own, but they actually have access to test equipment that we can find useful, particularly spectrum analyzers for wandering around the area to see where we're getting bad signals and debug any problems we have with signal strengths.
Yeah, and everybody, and it's not for us, not only for you, but for everybody. I highly encourage to share that content. So, like, I get a lot of questions about what's your experience with Reach, and if you're running around with spectrum analyzers, it's very interesting to. So if you can write an article about that, that would be something.
Yeah. What I've been running around with at the minute is something like this, which is.
That's the M.dot.
M.dot dev board with an M.dot with a display and a GPS receiver, and it's basically sending pings to the gateway, measuring the RSSI, the signal strength, logging it onto the SD card, and just basically wander around with that, and you can use to measure the coverage.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit awkward carrying something like that in the streets.
Yeah.
These days.
Yeah, they probably think. Yeah.
Something a bit more portable, possibly Bluetooth.
Yeah, and you already already got a community page, right, on the Things Network?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So, so any questions there, or thanks for sharing this part?
I think we're pretty much going full speed. We're doing things like
nice
little breakout boards for sensors, the RN2483 modules, yeah.
Cool. And then what kind of CPU are you running there?
They can actually be plugged into the likes of Arduinos.
Oh, yeah.
It's basically as an easy way to get in and test these things, because it's a serial communication. You just talk to anything.
And you solder this yourself?
With great difficulty.
Yeah.
Another option is, you've seen the Pi Zero?
Yeah.
I'll just unplug that. Got a Pi Zero.
Yeah.
We've got another board. Plug them together. And you've got a LoRaWAN Pi Zero.
I made a little picture of that. We're going to put it on social media.
I think I did actually put a couple of pictures on the community page earlier today.
Awesome. Very, very cool. Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you.
Yeah, like things like if you're doing this, keep sharing. Also send it to Tom or to me, and we will forward it to our communication manager, Rish. He's a guy from New Zealand and loves to do this. So thank you very much.
Thanks. Look out for more cool stuff in the new year.
Yeah, let's do that. So David, how about? Are you there? You want to share some stories, have some questions? David?
Sorry, I'm mute here.
Yeah, we're all new, so that's good.
Well, basically, I'm interested in LoRaWAN as a technology and whatever efforts we can make to get behind the standard to make it more ubiquitous. We are a commercial undertaking, a very, very early development stage company building an IoT platform called Raven TT. Raven the messenger, TT the MQTT protocol that we'll be using. The first market is targeting oil and gas industry, and the problem we have is long-distance communications in the field. So combined with the problem of poor power distribution, so the low power, potentially battery-powered devices signaling back to some communication hub would seem to be an ideal technology for that widespread installation. So
where are you from again? What was it?
I'm from England, but I live at 2,500 meters in Colorado, USA.
Cool.
So but at the same time, and I even asked this question in your little survey, we have a concern. We would be interested in deploying more hubs, but internet service is not free. So how do we actually control access? In many cities, particularly in Europe, you might be able to experience free community access, but it's free to user, but it still has a cost. In the US, it's more difficult to find that type of service, and so there's just that concern about how do you limit the exposure on cost there.
Yeah. So we got like the running costs. Like for if you run it in a city in the Netherlands and we have bandwidth internet, so high bandwidth internet, so the LoRaWAN gateway usage of your internet, high bandwidth internet, will be so small that you won't even notice it, and also. Like the costs for running it, the power costs I will not be more than a few euros per month, which you also can, if you run it as a business, you can neglect it. But yeah, I can in context that where internet is more expensive, that there are some issues, and. So I would love to hear more about it. So, like, what are the cost of internet at places where you want to use it, and if you want to go as a business for a development for a community network, so you choose to go for the Things network. Well, I'm curious what your requirements are, because I believe that we built this network with citizens, businesses, and with governments. And I'm really interested in how you see this. David? You're on mute. Can I put you off mute?
Sorry. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, we did it. You had there was a lot of echo, so we put your microphone.
Okay. Basically, the issue is that, as you can imagine, oil fields tend to be out in the middle of nowhere. There's no fiber to connect to, so you're relying on cellular communications. So you've got not just the deployment of the LoRaWAN, but you've also got the cellular connection requirement, and that can be fairly costly. The data plans available for IoT tend to cost you, $4,000 to $6,000 a gigabyte if you really run it out. So that's just a concern.
But you will never reach a gigabyte with LoRaWAN.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. It's just the effective cost. I mean, you actually buy IoT data plans at $4.50 a megabyte per month type of thing. But if you were to extrapolate that out, it gets very costly. But the point is, we would like to see LoRaWAN as a standard adopted broadly, and we would be interested in supporting a community-based site. We have had some conversations with a nearby university to see if that would be of interest, because it's a key engineering school. And so the thought there is that they would host a site, and their engineering students would be exposed to that, which would further expose the world to the standard in its use. So that there's many competing standards coming along, and each one of these standards is going to create another island of isolation and make more and more difficult the deployment of hardware standards. So we're keen to see that standardization.
And I think our approach to that problem is that we're very open for everybody, and there's no build it from a community perspective and a public network. With no lock-ins or whatever. So I see the problem. I don't know if I have a direct answer for you. Like how would you cope with this data network? And we're looking at models where you, for instance, can say, I would like to I would like to contribute like 20% of the capacity of my LoRaWAN private network to the public network. So we're looking at ways that the businesses also would like to contribute to the public network, and how that works. So, but it's an interesting problem and something we should have a look at. So yeah, thank you very much for that, David.
Well, thank you for being or taking the initiative on the whole program. It was very, very interesting to see it. Thanks.
Thank you very much. So let's switch to Giovanni.
Hi, my name is Giovanni. Okay, I will also thank you. Can you hear me? Yes.
Yes.
So I would like to thank you for the initiative, of course.
Thank you.
And I'm Italian, but I'm living in Copenhagen, in Denmark.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an electrical engineer with a little background of as a programmer. Why I would like to join the community, the international communities. The main purpose for me is to learn something about the new technology. And my first question to you is, I need someone that helps me with a big and very deep technical knowledge. Can you help me to find someone here around in the Copenhagen area so I can maybe start a community also here, because my technical background is not so good that allow me to take this initiative alone.
Yeah, nice wallpaper, by the way. So yeah, I think we should ask the community. Tom, do we already have some people in Copenhagen?
Yes, we do have some people in Copenhagen. They're a little bit not really connected yet, but I'm just checking. There were a few on the forum, and I would say it will be a good starting point to drop your question, and then I'll, on the background, push people who are from Copenhagen who will contact us, point them towards your forum topic, so you guys can meet. Yeah, there is an IoT community of some sorts in Copenhagen, so yeah, it should absolutely be possible.
Yes, I checked the forum, but it looks like nothing happened. I can try to be a little more proactive, and also we check with the technical university here in Denmark to find out someone. And for now, I think that my point is to find someone else to help me to start with the community here, because also start the community is quite time-consuming. So I would like to be sure that I can share the load with someone else.
Yeah. Yeah, get in touch with Tom, and then we'll arrange it. Thanks. And then thanks for this contribution, Giovanni. Jasek.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm from Poznan in Poland. And back to Giovanni, try to check Danish Technical University, DTU, and CBS, so Copenhagen Business School. I think there is a lot of people there. And the same as in Athens, we already have or they plan to have, and we already have the LoRaWAN 8. We bought it before the Kickstarter was announced, and it's already working. And now we have pretty much done of it, because we also have the things and we are trying to connect it, send some data, and prepare some prototype. On the other hand, we have a lot of meetings with potential partners like universities, some small startups, some technical organizations, and some big players like PwC and stuff like this. And yeah, as I was already mentioning in some mails with Tom and on the forum, a lot of people ask us about the security, and that's one of the most concerns. How the data will be secured, who is responsible for buying the server which is needed on the next stage of the Things network. And I think the question from my side is also to Winke, how you convinced such a players like KPMG or Deloitte to participate this idea, because as I understand, they have no big interest to participate, rather than marketing or some kind of, I don't know, branding or something, stuff like this.
Yeah, so I think there are a few things there. Like the reason why I want them to have there is just mainly because of the name, because like a lot of people think, oh, big companies are involved as well, so this probably be it. For them it was really interesting because they could also relate to startups and be a bit like, hey, and they could tell their corporate clients that, yeah, we're agile and we're lean and we know how the startup world works, because that's hot and that sells at the moment. So what I did is I addressed the innovation centers of these companies. So I like Deloitte is supporting us with their innovation center, and KPMG is supporting us with their startup center. So if you have the same in Poznan, then I would go to that, and like don't go to a their communication department or the PR or the HR. Let's see if there's somebody who has an innovation hub, and also send me a message, because these people are very well connected to other that I'm talking to other innovation hubs. So send me a message about that, and I will try to hook you up with people over there. So that's yeah, that's so that's one answer. So yeah, really nice. Your Poznan is one of the most active communities. That's very interesting. So I think you're doing very good. Thanks for that. Thanks a lot. Yeah, keep spreading the word. So if you don't have any other questions.
One more thing also for the Athens. They were talking about, Alexander said something about the presentation that they want to do for others. I already have some kind of presentation like this in PowerPoint prepared for our meetings, so I can share it on forum, and of course you can use it for your purpose. You can change some slides and so on. Everything is in English, so it will be easier to reuse that presentation.
Cool.
That would be great. Thank you.
Is that maybe something you can share on the forum as well? Because I think that would be very interesting.
Yeah.
Just to have a general presentation. Cool. Hey guys, Tom is gonna take over from here.
If I may be so bold, there is one question in the Q&A which I think you're the best person to answer. So
okay,
if we could just slip it in, it's the question by Ramon. He's asking by how Dell could help.
Yeah, send me an email. So I was talking to people from the IoT center of Dell, but that didn't really work out. So send me a mail on winke@thingsnetwork.org. The email is on our website, and then I get in touch. But yeah, that would be awesome. So Tom will take over from now. I have to take care of some stuff. So.
Thank you, Winke. Nice to meet you.
For some reason, Winke muted himself.
Oh, sorry. I was saying thanks very much for your time. Awesome to speak to this global community. And if you have any questions, just reach out to me or Tom, and we'll get back to you soon. Yes. Okay. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Well, very short. I'm Tom. I'm the Global Community Manager, and I spoke to the most of you. And I suggest that we go to the next person in the round, which in my list is Mark. Mark, can you hear us? You're still muted? There should be a button at the top of your screen which you can use to unmute yourself. And not much happening there. And I don't have control, so I suggest we go one person, which is Nikhil. Is this correct?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Welcome. Where are you from?
I'm from Cape Town. I'm currently living in Cape Town, though I'm actually from India. But I've been living in South Africa for almost 2 years now. I'm basically a software engineer. I'm working on the J2E application and stuff. But I've been interested in IoT for like 3-4 months now. I'm just playing around with Arduinos and stuff. So
Nice.
this thing suddenly caught my attention, and I actually thought to be a part of it. So I'm in touch with Sebastian, who's actually the initiator of Cape Town community.
Super.
Yeah, but I've not seen a lot of activity going around. So maybe I would like some help on that front from the technical perspective as well, because I don't come from a hardware background or more of a, you can say, networking background. So maybe I would definitely like some guidance and some stuff to perform some basic demos or anything.
Sure.
So,
do you have any specific questions at this moment?
Not really, not very specific questions, but down the line, because right now we don't even have the any stuff
Gateway?
with us. So yeah, so no gateways or who knows. So maybe questions will come more often when I actually have the stuff. But maybe for a start or something, what can we do before we receive this? That is something we should like to know. And
Yes.
how do we build our community ahead?
Well, it's quite difficult to actually start working without the hardware, because the first step usually is getting the gateway to work and then connecting the different nodes to it. So I would really think that will be the first step. If someone else has an idea, please do step in. But I would think it really starts with getting a gateway, getting your hands on the hardware. So did you pledge the Things Network in the Kickstarter campaign?
Yes. I did pledge. So in the Things Network campaign itself. So yeah, I'm just waiting for my gateway whenever it comes.
Yeah. It would be possible to make them go faster, but I'm afraid they can't.
Sorry. Sorry, it's Alex. I would like to share how it worked for us, because we didn't have the chance to buy a gateway. But one thing someone can do in order to attract persons is read the manifest. So create a short summary, a small speech he can say to another person. And what really helped us is create a document, let's say, in what we want to achieve through this network. So, for example, it is 3 questions: what you are good at, what would you like to learn, and what you would not like to do, what you don't want to do. So, stating what you don't want to do helps other people to try to complete and fill the gaps. So we used these 3 questions as a tool, and we were able to have 5 people here, and also other people wanting to join, because everybody feels that he can do or share something, a small thing, not something big, but a small thing. And of course, then buying a gateway is, of course, it's a must. It's mandatory. I mean, you have to do it. That's the first person.
Well, yeah, Alex, you're completely right indeed. What you could do is prepare a team, make sure that as soon as a gateway arrives, you have this network of people and potential customers and sponsors in place already. That's probably something Sebastian is having the lead on, or should be having the lead on. Is there anything else I can do for you, make the teamwork become more active at this point?
Okay, yeah, I would just like to be maybe a little more active. I was stuck with few things last month, but definitely I'd like to be more active on this community thing, and if possible, build my own community if that's the case. But yeah, maybe approaching how to build a business around it. That's one thing which is on my task list.
Yeah. Do you have a software company or a company yourself at this moment?
Yes, I do own a startup with the name of Creative Flakes. Yeah, but it's like 6 months of operations. And
Cool. It is actually possible to both either to start an extra network. So there are more cities in the Netherlands, even in a small place as the Netherlands. We have one city where there are about 3 teams, and they do collaborate, but they do have their own biotope, their own team. So that's absolutely possible. And I personally actually encourage people indeed to find a business model behind the Things network. The network has to be open to be part of the Things network, but it's very easy to make money out of it, to develop products using the Things network. So yeah, I totally would encourage it. It would actually making the network grow faster. So do you have any specific questions on that topic at this moment, or are you just more like getting ideas?
Yeah, I'm still getting ideas. No, not a very specific questions. Maybe today.
Okay, well, if they pop in your mind, please do let us know.
Definitely.
Super. Then we have one more person who didn't talk to yet. It's Mark again. Mark, are you there? And not much.
Yes, I'm here.
Super. Where are you from?
From the Netherlands.
Oh, welcome.
Hello.
So, how have you been doing with the Things network?
The bad thing is that I missed a part because, yeah, support call, duty call. So I missed some spots in the story.
Yeah.
I work at a company which has a communication layer with OPC UA, which can collect all kind of data from DCS systems and PLCs and create a dashboard for it.
Nice.
So I'm exploring the possibilities of that IoT network.
Sounds cool. Do you have any specific questions you want to pose here?
Not at the moment.
Okay, just to make sure I understand correctly, so your company designs dashboard software, which makes it possible to, like in one view, read out a lot of sensors. Is that correct?
Not only dashboard, it's basically a communication layer.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're supposed to call out the name, but
oh, it's okay.
Yeah, it's inmation.com. And so it's a communication layer in which you see a complete tree of all process values which are communicated to that platform.
Nice.
And from that on, you can create dashboards on it. You can have a RESTful web service on it, so that websites, applications can communicate through a known protocol, and the platform translates that back to or socket or OPC or whatever.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's one. There are a lot of companies are trying to find a business model around the Things network, and this is actually one of the, I hear many times, who comes up the most, sort of getting all the input data from the sensors and then doing something smart with it or displaying them. So yeah, from my point of view, I would say there's absolutely a good synergy between the Things network and then this communication layer.
Great.
If you have any specific questions right now or later, please do let us know, because of course we want to help you
Great.
make this synergy even better.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And I see we have a new team joining. It's Christoph, is it correct?
Hi, yeah, hello.
Welcome. Where are you from?
Thanks. I'm originally from Poland, but I live in Bonn, Germany at the moment. And yeah, I'm just looking at the developments in the IoT world and just trying to get a grasp of what's going on. And yeah, there is maybe just to straight to some questions, but there's a group of people in Bonn that are organized based on the Open Knowledge Foundation principle. Just they gather together and do something nice for the city. And there's actually a particular project that could probably benefit from your initiative. The guys from this community, they try to get some sensors, put them together in a box to measure the quality of air and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And there's of course a question: how do we connect all those sensors to send the data? Yes. And we have some prototypes, some just Arduino boards, and trying to get it working. And of course, you get some relatively cheap modules to connect through Wi-Fi. But then I came across your initiative, and I think it could be a really good solution to have a few dozens of devices around the city, and then just distribute the data. And we could put, the idea is to have it open for everyone to see and to see some statistics. So what I understood so far is that, okay, you can go to Kickstarter, pre-order your node, and that would be one thing that's relatively straightforward. We have to just find a place where to put the device to get the gateway working and operating. I would have another question concerning the nodes, because that would be something also, having that in mind, that this is kind of a open initiative, like people working together, just non-profit way, basically. Do you guys have inside some idea how to get relatively cheap nodes? Or I can see on your website about the hardware, on the page about hardware, how to get the nodes or gateway or nodes, what kind of devices you could have, yes, shields for Arduino or whatever. Do you also plan to have something like that would allow to reduce the cost, or like another Kickstarter project or something coming in the future, or it's just basing or available tools or devices?
It's a very good question. Yes, we indeed had the Kickstarter, and the main purpose of the Kickstarter was to provide cheap hardware, as cheap as possible. That ended, so just to answer one Q&A question, yes, it is possible to still order the Kickstarter, the Things Network hardware, which we sold on the Kickstarter. The price will be a little bit higher. I will post a link underneath this video with the link where you can subscribe. And when we get the hardware out, you can order it. So that's one thing. At this moment, indeed, cheapest way of getting your hardware is making it yourself. It's combining shields and soldering things. On the forum, there are actually a few topics about different combinations of computers and chips and shields that are being used. At the moment, as far as I know, we're not really planning on large-scale node production. It is because it is an interesting way of making money with the Things Network. So we are hoping, and there are developments here and there around the world where hardware companies are actually starting to create their own nodes. So yes, at this moment you can still order the Kickstarter hardware. We're not really planning to have any big plans on making it very large yourself. There are others are coming up. And if you want them on a shorter term, like the development of that other companies are going through, will take some time. So if you want to have some cheap hardware very fast, I would absolutely advise you to look at the forum and look at the discussions and even ask your own question, because there are in different parts of the world already people have very cheap hardware which is running, and they can help you with setting it up.
Okay, thanks for your answer.
Does it answer your question as well?
Well, yeah, definitely. It shows that focus on the gateways, and I think that's a right direction, right? It's just we have to check what will suit our needs, but I think for the purposes that we have in mind, I think it would be a very good solution.
Super. It helps to have a technician in your team, someone who's really hardcore with coding and soldering, who is a piece of cake to slam up a shield on an Arduino and program it. That makes life a lot easier. And there's a lot. I do think that the Things Network or LoRaWAN is very suited for your purpose. A city-based network which is open and free. Yeah, that's LoRaWAN. I haven't seen anything better yet. I'm a little bit. I have my reservations, but still, no. I think it's very suitable.
And maybe one more comment is just, I think, just briefly skimmed through the forum. I think it would be somehow a different way, kind of a database or something that people who are interested can get together. Just to, there was already questions during the call about how do I find people in Copenhagen or wherever. So I think, yeah, just forums posting a topic is one way, but maybe we could improve that to get people together, because I think it's a really interesting topic for many people.
Okay, that sounds good. We have been thinking about posting on Twitter, like every second day there is this city is looking for people who want to join the Things Network. Perhaps that's something we should pick up. Would it help, do you think?
Yeah, that would be one of the options. I think you got already a few followers, and if someone goes through your tweets, probably they will find contacts, yeah.
Okay, well, if you have any other genius questions, ideas, please do let me know, because indeed connecting the right people really make things a lot easier. Then do you have any other questions at this point?
No, thanks. We'll stay in touch, definitely.
Super. I would love to. Then I'm just going to take a quick look at the Q&A, and I'm a man, so I can only do one thing at a time. The first question was already answered. Yes, you can still order the Things Network hardware. In a few minutes after this call has ended, I will put a link in the comments below, and there you can actually put your get on the mailing list. And as soon as you can order the new hardware, you will get an email, and you can order them. Oh, and also. Yes?
This, let's say, mailing list is already available on the Kickstarter page.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, Bing have put the note about that. But do you have any information when the second batch will be pushed on the market, and what will be the price approximately? And the last thing, how to order, let's say, this kind of sets that were available on the Kickstarter. Yeah.
Yes. Well, to be honest, the price will be a little bit higher. It will be higher. We're not quite sure how much higher yet. And no, we do not have a date yet. There are some changes, so we cannot. The second batch cannot be ready before June. There is a very small chance that they will be ready in June as well, so the first and the second batch. But it's more something we're hoping for and aiming for, and at this point we really can't guarantee anything. So no, we're still working on that. As soon as we know if any more information, it will be posted on the mailing list. So yes, another question from the Q&A. We do provide access so that people can view their sensor information. It's done via the API, which is already up. So you can actually now flip through the data which has been sent via the nodes, which is unencrypted. So you can only see the unencrypted data. So that's actually possible. That's part of the backend we provide. So that's something you don't have to worry about. You can just connect the nodes to the gateway to the backend, and then read out the information via an API. Another question is, are there any other alternative nodes developments? Well, we already talked about it really short, which is from Bruno. He says hi from Buenos Aires to us all. At this point, we're not really developing any, but there are other people who are developing them or making them themselves. Well, Wink already talked about how Dell can help, so that's Ramon's question. We already had Reem's question. Yes, it's still possible to order the hardware. Let me see. Yes, about the map. Corné is asking if it would be possible to have one big map which has plotted all the gateways which are currently pledged. We are working on this, and I will send you a link. The currently active gateways. That's a twist. Now at this point we don't have such a thing. It's absolutely we're planning, yeah, to make it visible so you can actually see every place in the world.
Hello, there is something that has actually been done based on the TTN status data. It's actually something I produced a little while ago at ttn.lp1.uk, and that actually shows you the active gateways.
So it was you. Nice.
I think it has been posted on the forum as previously, and the guys at ttnstatus.org have also got the code for that, and I think they might have been going to integrate it into their system at some point.
I don't think the people asking questions can see our chat, so perhaps you could throw the link again as a comment below the this video, so they can access it right away. Super.
No problem.
So I'm very happy you're all here. And I'll also post a link for everyone to the forum. And the last questions: what if people make some business models and use TTN for commercial purposes? Yes, by definition the Things network is open, so if you want to be part of the Things network, you have to allow other nodes from, say, your neighbor or even competition to access and use your gateways. Now, we are looking, and different people are looking at systems where you can actually separate it, your nodes from the other nodes. So that means it would be possible to be part of the Things network, and so there, by definition, allow other people to use your gateway, but in the same time streamline the information from your nodes to your own backend. So yeah, that would absolutely be possible. So I think those were the questions who were posted on the Q&A. Is there anything in the chat?
Tom, can I ask?
Yes.
I have two questions. The first one is when you will be able to respond to our application and review it. The second one is if other people have sent an application from Athens that are not in the forum because we're not able to locate them. And the third one is a little bit more technical. Maybe also Jasek can help. I'm sorry, I may be not pronouncing his name correctly. It is regarding LoRaNG 8. I know that you will update the architecture the upcoming weeks. I don't know how easy it would be to update the device. So will you provide some firmware updates or something, or it will be something that we will have to take care of? So it's three questions, sorry.
Yes. Well, it's okay, no, absolutely, I like questions. The first two, my thesis is nearly done, the first version, so tonight I will be going through my mail. I'll absolutely answer your question, or your application. I don't see any problem here. The second is if there are multiple people, different teams coming in from the same city, I always point them to the forum, and then I both make a topic or point them to the topic. And if there is a new topic, I always let other people from that city know, okay, there's a new team from perhaps Athens, here you can meet up, enjoy yourself. So that's my part. Can Jasek answer the second part, the third question, or someone else?
I could also try to be more specific. The first is, I'm not exactly sure when the new architecture will be deployed, so you plan to make it more decentralized. So is there any plan when this may be completed, or an estimation?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you direct that question to the right person, because
I asked about LoRaNG 8, how easy it is to upgrade the firmware.
Yeah, so we have the LoRaNG 8 and everything works fine, and everything works, let's say, almost out of the box.
Okay,
but regarding the network question, I think it would be better to ask Johan, who is the tech lead of the network, because I have no idea what is planned and how does it work.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, sorry for directing the question to you. Yeah, you can also ask it at the forum. Johan is active at the forum as well, and I'll make sure he'll answer the question as soon as possible. Would it be a solution for your question?
Yeah, thank you.
I think you can try to catch him on the Slack as well, because Slack is also a good way of communicate, like faster than on forum or email.
Which the advantage the forum has, everybody can see the input, but absolutely, yeah. If you're on it, please do tackle him. So, are there at this point any other questions? People asking questions? Have you anything you want to know? I see nobody moving, so I hope that's a good sign. Do let me know if you have any other questions. Do email me, me or Winke. You know where to find us, and we're there for you. I don't see any new questions in the Q&A or anything, so I think that was it. Yes, I see Poland waving.
Yeah. So my question is, do you have any I don't know, deadline when you plan to finish works with the website? So we as the communities will have, let's say, more possibilities to work on the page, like adding contributors and stuff like this. And I also know that I think Marcin is working on the map that is showing up on the community website to present the gateways and stuff like this.
The Think Network is at the moment is a made up of volunteers, so that's a good thing, because also as it is advantage, no, we don't have a complete deadline for when the website is finished. That's two things. One, we have a lot of plans, and we expect to be developing as new techniques come up, new teams have new wishes. And the other hand, it takes some more time. No, we don't have an actual plan. We talked about a few features, didn't we? We want to implement it, am I correct?
Yeah. We were talking about that, yes. And the reason I'm asking you is that now we probably will have more partners or more contributors in our Poznan community, and I don't want to mail you every time, because I know that you are pretty busy, and I can do it on myself if there is a possibility like this. But if not, then please forgive me for more.
No, it's okay. Please do email me with those things. Absolutely, do not feel any hesitation. One of the main programmers actually said that this is on the list for the things he wants to do in the Christmas holidays. So he's a real programmer, doesn't have any life, so he's going to spend his Christmas holiday learning Go and programming the website. So I hope it's going to be implemented very soon. And in the meantime, do email me. I saw Andrew waving as well. Did you have a question?
I was just going to wave bye.
Okay. Well, actually sounds like a good plan. If you have any more questions, you know where to find us. Super thank you for all your commitment, all your time, all your ideas and input. And let's make this a very big thing, this Things Network. Wish you a pleasant evening.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.